My work is my wound, and here's how we got here. Earliest memories of strange things that didn't make sense to me. My grandmother experienced a lot of abuse in her childhood. A family member sexually abused her from 3 years of age. She was given up along with her sister by their mother when she remarried and had another family. The two sisters, who were early teens, went to a so-called workhouse where they were sewing. The sister died there. That's all the details I know. Because my nana had experienced abuse, she never left her children alone with her own husband. I understand these cycles. An abused woman will be hypervigilant around her children who don't experience abuse but are naive, and when it happens to their children, they become hypervigilant again. So as the last child of this nana, maybe she got lax, maybe she trusted more, I'm not sure, but my first memory around sexual energy is of sitting on Granddad's lap as a toddler and having his hand under my crutch. The first time I felt this, my thought was, ooh, nice, it felt good. The next time I felt this, I thought, no, I don't like this. This first encounter set up a push-pull energetic in relation to sexual energy. At first I like it, then I don't. The don't also came with don't tell them you don't like it. So I just put up with it. I don't actually know how many times this happened, but I know through therapy it happened. Remember, the strongly advocated principle of children should be seen and not heard prevailed in this era. As a youngster visiting grandparents' house at the beach over summer and holidays, cousins were plentiful. There are many memories of us mucking around, like being in my granddad's boat, my younger cousin showing me something which was different to my brothers. We used to look, giggle, touch with one finger, that sort of thing. All relatively innocent looking back. Or was it? What was it setting up for my future? The biggest invasion of my body was by my father's uncle, Colin. He was a disturbed individual who never recovered from his mother's death when he was a teen. He was diagnosed schizophrenic all of his adult life. When I was 11 and he was 40, he climbed into bed with me at a party my parents were having. My bedroom was off the kitchen, so on party nights, Mum moved me to sleep in her bedroom at the other end of the house, where I'd be safe from the music and banter. Oops, hang on. But not safe from him, apparently. I only have one memory of this, but one is enough. I was lying on my left side facing the door. He had come in, climbed into bed with me, and although I have no idea how, he got his hand in between my legs. A cotton nightie is what I was wearing. I vaguely recall waking up with his hand there. I froze solid. Then my father appeared at the door, large and forbearing, saw Colin and demanded he leave in a large and grumpy voice. He yelled at me, where did he have his big hands? Terrified by this event, I said nowhere, and that was the end of that, for 40 years, until it was brought up at a Christmas gathering and denied each year for several years after. The 11-year-old version of me lay there in Mum's bed waiting for her to come in to talk to me about what happened, but apparently my father never told my mum where he had found Colin. I was left with a feeling of abandonment of the feminine from this event, because my 11-year-old brain said Dad told her, but she didn't come. The next significant event was perpetrated by a person my parents used to allow to hang around, laughed at often, and used as a free babysitter. I only have a handful of memories into life with him around. The first was where he stuffed an empty packet of cigarettes down my brother's throat to shut up his crying while babysitting. A few years later, Robbie was helping my parents move into a new house they'd built when I was 14. It was a big, beautiful 2-story house with my bedroom at the top of the stairs. As I went to bed on our first night in this, our new home, Robbie came over to me, handed me a $2 note, winked at me, and said he would be downstairs. Insinuating that I should join him, I knew exactly what he meant, and again I was terrified, frozen, and unable to speak. I slept or didn't sleep, facing my door, half expecting him to come in during the night. Thankfully, he didn't. The next morning, as my dad sat alone at the breakfast bar, I popped the note on the bar and said, Robbie told me to come downstairs last night and gave me this. He laughed. That's it. He laughed. He only laughed. I walked away. Imagine the confusion of a 14-year-old girl. Then it was a friend's father pushing me up against the wall at 15, pressing his erection into me as he slathered that he needed me. I got away, but I never saw my two best friends again because of this. The inability to speak up and ask for help in moments of need was well and truly ingrained into me by then. So that's 5 minutes of the first part of my story of abuses perpetrated on me by other people when I was young. There are more, and it gets a lot worse as I get older. So follow me for more stories. Over and out.